Hi, good day everyone. I am Christian Miranda, an Indian student of Visayas State University. We are given a task to choose any product that we want to venture to our chosen foreign country and discuss and assess the country's cultural, political, legal, and economic environment. First, the product that I choose to venture is the banana. Banana chips are slices of bananas that are deep fried, baked, or dehydrated to become crispy. It is then coated with sugar, honey, salt, or spices. This is a popular snack item in India and in the Philippines. This snack is a better and healthier alternative to the potato chip. Why I choose banana chip? I choose to market this product because first, banana is one of the top agricultural crops in the Philippines. Second, I want to also to promote Philippine produced bananas internationally, given that our country produces sweet and high qualities of bananas. Third, I want to promote healthy lifestyle through taking up healthy food such as banana chips. The country that I choose to market my banana chips is South Korea. I choose this country because it is not unknown to us all the influence of South Koreans not just for the Filipinos but to the other countries as well. Given also the rapid growth in their economy that lure investors and businesses to their country. So now I'm going to discuss the different environments of South Korea. These environments need to be assessed before we decide to venture our product. First is the social and cultural environment. Body, beauty, and skin conscious. According to BBC News, South Korean women spend two times as much of their income on skincare and beauty products than American women, while South Korean men spend more on skincare than those in any other country. It is very visible on their now popular K-dramas, K-pop, and other local celebrities which are highly influential not just in Korea, but in other countries as well. That South Koreans either gender heavily gives importance on their skin quality visible with their flawless white skin. Next is the masters at caring for their skins. In South Korea, starting at a young age, kids taught proper techniques like exfoliating, moisturizing, and using SPF. It becomes second nature to them when they grow up. It is not just for girls, as I have mentioned earlier. Boys also are equally invested in their skincare routine. As a proof, there are plenty of men's products available, even some specifically designed for those serving in the military. In Korea, good skincare is available to everyone. Health conscious. South Koreans are strongly getting health conscious. In fact, according to marketresearch.com, the health and wellness industry recorded solid growth in 2019. South Korean consumers not only expect a rich taste but also look for health benefits from what they consume. The latest trend is towards increasing demand for health products to be consumed on a daily basis to make them more healthy and fit. Korean culture is urban, sophisticated, and conservative. South Koreans are very fashion forward and always looking for the next big thing. Trend spotting is easy because when it hits, everyone is participating. That is why K-pop and other local celebrities are very influential personalities in South Korea. So let's now discuss the political and legal factors environment. The system of South Korea government is pluralistic, democratic, and presidential system. The president is elected by popular vote every 5 years for one term only. The president appoints the prime minister and has the right to release him from his duties. Parliament consists of 299 members. About 80% of its members are elected directly, and others are elected based on a proportional representation system. VAT is imposed 10% on all imports and domestically manufactured goods. Let's now talk about the trade issues that the Philippines and South Korea are presently facing. South Korea imposed 30% tariffs on its agricultural products imported from the Philippines, in which is having disadvantage over its competitors. That's why Philippines want to enter into a bilateral free trade agreement with the South Korea. As of first half of 2020, free trade agreement has been delayed due to pandemic, but Philippines and South Korea are still negotiating, considering each party's demand. South Korea mentioned some demands on the free trade agreement, which are Philippines to abolish the 5% tariffs on cars to be at par with the Japanese cars imported from ASEAN countries, which are applied at zero rate at present. South Korea also wanted the Philippines to extend preferential duty treatment for South Korean car parts. The Philippines' agricultural products, such as bananas and mangoes, are being taxed by about 30%, in which the Philippines are insisting on bringing it down to 5%, not zero. Free trade agreement between Philippines and South Korea is targeted to be signed before year 2020 ends. Then, the economic environment of South Korea. South Korea is famous for its spectacular rise from one of the poorest countries in the world to, to a developed, high-income country in just one generation. During the global financial crisis, the economy maintained a stable economy and even experienced economic growth during the peak of the crisis. According to the updated IMF forecast from 14th April 2020, due to the outbreak of the COVID-19, GDP growth is expected to fall to negative 1.2% in 2020 and pick up to 3.4% in 2021, subject to the post-pandemic global economic recovery. Let's discuss now the main sectors of industry in South Korea. South Korea has experienced one of the largest economic transformations over the past 60 years. Given its limited geographical size, insufficient natural resources, and population size, the country has devoted special attention to technology development and innovation to promote growth, growing from a predominantly rural agricultural nation into an urban, industrialized country. Industry represents 30% of the GDP and employs 25% of the workforce in 2020. The agricultural sector in South Korea only makes a negligible contribution to the country's GDP and employs only 4.8% of the active population in 2020. Rice is the main agricultural crop. Barley, wheat, corn, soybeans, and sorghum are extensively cultivated. The sector also includes large-scale livestock farming. Less than one-fourth of the land is cultivated. The service sector is the largest and fastest economic sector, accounting for 56.8% of the GDP and employing 70.2% of the population, especially department stores, store chains, and supermarkets. To wrap up, based on the presented social, cultural, political, legal, and economic factors of South Korea, I can say that exporting banana chips in the country would be a good business venture. The social and cultural environment that South Korea has favors the banana chips to penetrate the market, having its good health benefits, particularly skin health benefits. As to political and legal factors, Philippines may have some political issues in trade with the South Korea, but I'm pretty sure that free trade agreement will be at place in favor of our exported agricultural products given the good relationship between the two countries. And lastly, the economic environment, given that agricultural sector in South Korea only makes a negligible contribution to the country's GDP at 1.7%, it would give a positive outlook on the banana chips product since South Korea will be heavily reliant on importations of agricultural products, which of course includes the banana chips. And that would be all. I hope you have learned a lot in this presentation. Thank you for listening and God